So I know with M. Night Shyamalan, a lot of us think, he had a good run. He came out with The Sixth Sense, Unbreakable, and then he kind of just went off a cliff, releasing stuff like The Last Airbender and After Earth. And even though it wasn't as badly received as all of his other ones, I wasn't really a big fan of The Visit either. But each to their own, I guess. Thankfully, this year we have a new movie from him called Split. And it's actually really good. Well, to me at least. I will just say now there will be spoilers in this video that I'm doing, so, you know, leave if you don't want to get this movie spoiled for you. But yeah, definitely go see Split when you get the opportunity. Right, so into the whole spoiler bit. This movie stars James McAvoy and some chick, I can't remember the name of her. Anna something. She was in The Witch and Morgan. Yeah, it stars James McAvoy as a man who's got DID, dissociative identity disorder, meaning he's got 23, 24 personalities in his head at once, and he can switch between them. And that whole thing is explained very well in the movie, better than I'm doing it now. James McAvoy, I said from the very, very beginning when I first heard this movie was coming out, James McAvoy will kill it in a Shyamalan film. I did worry, of course, because we can't trust Shyamalan to do anything right after he messed up Airbender. But thankfully, McAvoy killed it in this movie. He was probably the best part. When the plot dipped a bit, I know there's a lot of big plot holes in this movie. I won't go into that here. But when the plot dipped a bit, it was his acting talent that brought it back from the brink, of course. So we have him to thank for making this movie what it was. So with that, we are given a thriller movie. It's very, very, very thriller, but it's not thriller in the way that tension builds and builds and builds. It's thriller in the way that it's just very uncomfortable to watch. I can guarantee that if you are sensitive to this kind of thing, psychological torture, I guess, it probably won't be the movie for you. You probably won't enjoy it because it is, it puts a knot in your stomach and it makes you feel uncomfortable, really. Other than that, though, you really have to just praise the performances from McAvoy, as I said. His psychiatrist puts in a good performance. As I said, the lead girl, Anna, whatever, she puts in a good performance. Can't really say the same for the support actors, you know. Oh, and by the way, if you noticed how I counted then, I actually did hold down my pinky finger. I went 1, 2, 3. So I can do it, but that's beside the point. The supporting actors in this movie aren't as good as they probably could be. I know one of them starred in Edge of 17. Well, starred, I say she co-starred as the best friend, and she fit that role very well. She fit the role of a teenager, whereas in this one she just doesn't seem to have the acting talent to portray a teenager in peril from a creepy bald man who thinks he's a 10-year-old. So, that's not even mentioning the other supporting actor. I can't even be bothered to remember her name because she was that poor. I say that as a man who cannot act for shit, but just really, Shyamalan, pick better supporting characters. You always seem to put bad supporting characters in your film. But that's beside the point when you have two killer main characters. Other than that, though, on the technical side of the film, we have great shots, of course. Even when he's at his worst, Shyamalan puts in 110% effort into the quality of the film with the technical side. There's one really good shot where McAvoy's unleashed his 24th personality, the Beast, and he's running through the streets of New York, and he runs underneath a street lamp. and the shadow of the street lamps like this, and he runs beneath it. And it's just a very clever shot, and I appreciated it as a fan of movies. Other than that, though, the ending, yes, it was clean and well done, but this is a big spoiler, by the way. It wraps up with McAvoy going off on his own, realizing that he now has superpowers. At that point, I was kind of worried, and that worry or concern was later confirmed when we get a shot of Bruce Willis in a diner, and there's a news report going on, and it mentions it mentions that a man under the influence of the Horde, they're talking about McAvoy's character, has been let loose. And one of the ladies at the bar mentions that it's similar to an event that happened 15 years ago, asking what the name of that man was who got arrested, and Bruce Willis's character from Unbreakable says it was Mr. Glass. This obviously means that Shyamalan is planning on an Unbreakable cinematic universe. I, for one, am incredibly frightened, because I don't think Shyamalan can pull off a cinematic universe, but we will see, won't we? We will be shown whatever he wants us to see. Yeah, I guess that wraps it up. I'm very impressed with McAvoy's talent in this film. The way he manages to switch between each personality is just phenomenal. And yeah, I guess I'll leave it there. So thank you for watching this video on M. Night Shyamalan's latest film, Split. If you like this video, tell me about it by liking it, you know. If you want me to do more like this, just leave a comment, hit up my social media, and subscribe to this channel. You know, really helps out. Yeah, see you later.